Alright. Let's do this.
Oh no.
What?
Be respectful. Straighten up.
Greetings.
Hello there.
Greetings. You look very striking. You wouldn't happen to be, the prince's fathers, would you?
Your powers of observation serve you well. I am indeed King Lirion, and I am here to expect and to inspect, both at the same time. Where are my sons? I wish to see them right now.
I apologize. I was not made aware that your arrival would be, at this point in time. There has, well, Prince Eldarin has, went over to Mirkwood to pay respects to a fallen.
Apology,
There's a memorial service.
apology accepted. After all, funerals are an important social event. Apparently more important than meeting your father after such a long time. Nevertheless, I shall
your
forgive
sons were
this.
talking about it last night. I was told that you're welcome to stay at his home while you're here visiting.
Very well, show me his home, please.
Right, oh, which son would you like to stay with? Would that be, Eldarin or, Aranon?
Preferably neither. I would expect to have my own place ready at this point, but I guess we can get everything we want.
If it was supposed to be Eldamar's house, we do apologize. We've had a lot of battles and other things going on at the moment. We haven't had the time to prepare you a proper cottage, and I do apologize.
It is not your fault, I blame exclusively my sons. They should have known better. I raised them, apparently not well enough, but there is still time.
Yes,
And
allow me to escort you then, shall I?
thank you. And please, do not mistaken my lack of enthusiasm for the lack of support. I am here to help your cause. After all, it is my kingdom, and I am responsible for running it well. And apparently my sons don't have similar persuasion. I need to remind them of their mission that they were sent here to accomplish.
Of course, sir. Right this way if you'd like.
Thank you. And what is your name, by the way? I do not believe I heard it.
Forgive me for my rudeness, sir. I am Nestelle Rose, but you may call me Rose if you'd like.
A beautiful name for a beautiful elven woman.
Thank you. Let's see, there is possibility that he may have changed the lock for the door. If that's the case, I might not have access.
I wouldn't expect anything less from my sons. Leaving their father homeless and stranded is something they like to do. And let me see. Oh yes, what a surprise. I'll just go throw myself into a ditch. That is what they expect from me, and I shall not disappoint them. There's been plenty of disappointment in our family, and I will be not the one who causes it.
If I may, there is another room that I do have access to that has a very comfortable bed that you might find acceptable, I hope.
Are you sure? Are you sure they haven't just prepared these benches for my arrival?
They would never. They would have something proper. Please, I insist right this way.
Very well.
I hope your trip over was not too unpleasant.
It was delightfully boring and uneventful.
I see. Is there anything that I can fetch for you to make your comfort all the better?
My sons?
I see. Ranor? Oh, never mind. He's lost in thought. I'll leave him to it. We will get your son your sons as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Right, well, while we're here, as you have previously walked through, that was the main building of the capital here. Up this way is where we have the aviary, as well as a greenhouse, and it leads right up to Eldarin's temporary home, until another one can be built more to his preferences.
Ah yes, how original. We old people apparently love aviaries and greenhouses. Everyone seems to be convinced of that fact, even though I cannot stand them.
Hello there.
Hello.
I do apologize, but may I pass? Thank you.
Please.
How very kind of you. Ah, flowers.
Yes, it has been a focus of our medics and those who partake in alchemy, things of that nature.
An honorable profession indeed. And I must once again apologize. I do not wish to be so overly negative. It is just the fact that once a person reaches a certain age, everyone seems to be convinced that we all just want to wander around in gardens aimlessly. I'd still like to remind you that I have plenty to offer. Not just in political situations, but also on a battlefield. I do not wish to sit on a bench all day, listen to the birds singing, and smell flowers, despite what my sons may have told you about me.
I see. No, I absolutely understand. Unfortunately, it seems that Prince Eldarin has changed a lot here as well. So
Oh,
I
what
do
a
not have-
surprise! Indeed, color me shocked, yes.
Well, I suppose I could show you around in the meantime. There's
Ah, yes,
other
please
places that we
do.
have.
Show me all the gardens. I cannot wait. I'm sure there is plenty of them.
To be fair, we only have the one garden.
Ah, how disappointing. Oh, I almost haven't even noticed this garden of statues. How remarkably decadent.
Well, that was my little touch. That was all that remained of Prince Eldarin's former home after a rather nasty incident had occurred.
Oh, did he blow himself up again?
Not quite. There was an attack and others sought to blow him up, but he was able to get out safe and sound.
I highly doubt that. He probably did it for attention, he always does.
I see.
And it worked, and so here I am. You can blame him for this.
I doubt there's hardly anything to blame him for. I am delighted that you're here, sire.
Your lies are very much appreciated. Now tell me, how are you happy with the current situation, both political and internal? Are my sons doing good enough of a job to keep everything together, or are things falling apart as always? You may speak freely.
Well,
I thought so.
they are trying. They are trying very, very hard. However, there's been certain factors at play that has made it incredibly difficult. It's not my place to say, however. I think it might be best to be heard directly from them.
If I wanted to hear from them, I would have asked them. But since they're not here, your testimony will have to do.
Right.
You hate them.
Well, no, I don't hate them at all.
Why?
They've been kind to me. They've paid me due respect. They've taken me in. They've allowed me to, work amongst the others freely. And I work for the elves, our people, for Middle Earth.
And then why do you hate them?
I do not. I just said that I do not.
Uh-huh.
What makes you think that I hate them?
I hate them. I just thought that any rational person would hate them. They're kind of stupid, don't they? Don't you think?
No, not at all. They're both very intelligent, and they both strive to, impress you and try to earn your attention and... Well... what any child would want of their parent, to be fair.
How sweet. Now let me see what I remember from my sons. One of them keeps constantly looking for his mount. He barely ever remembers where he parked it. And the other one constantly has his house blown up.
To be fair, Aranon has not a mount anymore. He chooses to roam by foot. And Eldarin, again, I do have to stress, was not his fault that his house got blown up.
Uh-huh. Whose fault was it?
It would have been the orcs. They attacked and they tried to kill him and steal information.
You must have done something right. If our sworn enemy decided to make themselves comfortable inside of his home. Alright.
Indeed.
Now tell me everything there is to know about the eligible potential partners that would bring me grandchildren. Are my sons currently dating anyone? Or are my dreams for grandchildren as barren as the desert I just ventured through?
Well, there has been a prospect for Aranon, so I've heard, but I do not know if he is engaged or initiated in dating, so to speak.
Hello, Odin.
I do believe that there is a healer that fancies him, though. There is good possibility.
Show me where she lives. I wish to talk to her right now.
I do not know where she lives, so I do apologize.
Find out immediately.
Of course. Last I heard,
much more to follow.
she may reside in Macwood.
Matters not. As long as she's alive and breathing, that's all a man like me could ask for, I guess.
Of course. Right this way. Let me show you our infirmary, shall we?
Well.
Hello.
Are you going to go down the stairs, or do you want me to yell at you? Thank you. Hello.
Hello there. I'm Lirion Amrith.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Lirion, King Lirion.
The pleasure is mine, sire.
Do you happen to know of the whereabouts of my sons? Or are they still busy?
I do believe they're preparing for a funeral of one of our own.
I see. By the way, who is the unfortunate soul that passed?
That would be the captain of the guard, Heraldir.
A sad day for our kind indeed. I will make sure I will go pay my respects to his last resting place.
Of course. Would you like me to inform your sons that you are here?
If you could please, that would be very much appreciated. I do wish to talk to them as soon as possible. But I understand that they are currently occupied with more pressing matters. I'll just use the kind services of Rose here, who graciously offered to show me around. In the meantime.
Of course, sire. I will go let them know.
Thank you. Apologies, Rose. You may proceed with your tour.
Absolutely, sir. Right this way. I'm hopeful that today might be a much better day, all things considered. Last night was a bit rough. We had endured another attack. We managed to repel them, however.
I am glad to hear that. Regardless, hope is a luxury we cannot afford in war. Hope loses wars. There is one thing I learned over the countless of years I lived in Middle-earth. It is the fact that those who rely on hope are foolish, and they most likely lose in the end.
That is where I respectfully disagree, sir.
Your naivety is charming, but I speak from experience. I don't expect you to understand.
No, I do understand, sir. To our right here is the stables, where most of our mounts can be found.
Except for one, of course.
Yes.
Well organized.
And the building just to our right here is the infirmary.
so flowy indeed. The finest silk of Rivendell.
If you ever find need that you wish for antidotes, potions, elixirs, bandages, my associate just behind you is one to speak with.
Very well. Hopefully, there won't be a need for that. But we don't deal with hope. We deal with the facts, and the facts dictate that it is inevitable.
Yes, sir. We do have many capable healers in our employ, myself included.
I am glad to hear that. After all, my sons do tend to get themselves into all sorts of trouble, and in my absence, they will need someone to keep their limbs together.
Absolutely. They have been very brave, I might add.
You may call it brave, I call it foolish. Their lives are far too important to be wasted on a battlefield.
When it comes to the defense of our home, they have been fighting very valiantly.
Yes, the blown up house speaks volume of that. Your loyalty is inspiring.
Thank you, sir. Is everything to your standards?
Not quite. It is exceeding them. I have never seen such a neat place. It is very well prepared. I like it.
Much appreciated.
My people seem to be in good hands.
We, try our best.
Tell me about this Merkwood.
It is, just east of us here, into the depths of the jungle. There are, a sizable group. The captain, I believe Callan is his name, and his brother Heraldia, who is recently departed, leads the group there. They are a group of rangers and soldiers.
Very good. And what about you?
I am a healer, sir.
That I already know. But what else are you?
Well, I try to offer my perspective when it comes to matters of politics. I suppose you could say that, oh, I don't really quite know the word for it, to be fair. I just try to offer insight and reason, and to try to bring calm when exchanges become a little too heated.
You seem to be rather versatile.
I try my best, sir. That's all I can do.
Very good. Let me inspect this library.
Of course.
Can't freaking talk. Seems like I need to send a letter to my librarians. There are a few missing books that I would consider rather essential for the survival of our race.
We do have a library, sir. The lawkeeper.
Hello, Father.
Is that all you have to say to me? After such a long time. Just hello, Father. Like we're just meeting in passing, over at the dinner table.
No, Father, I had heard word had come of your arrival, and I had made most haste to come and greet you, Father.
Is that what you call most haste?
I apologize in my lateness, Father.
There are many things to apologize for. Lateness is one of them, but perhaps that can be forgiven on this day. I heard you were participating in a funeral. How did that go?
It's about to begin, Father. I was coming to hope to lead you to there.
Very good. I would like to make an appearance and to pay my respects.
Yes.
Will you
Rose,
join
would you
us?
mind? Yes.
How could I say no?
Exactly.
Father, I took the liberty of wearing bright robes for the occasion. I did not realize you were coming.
You have taken many liberties lately. I heard you blow up your house again.
Father, it was not. I did not blow it up. It was the ring race. They were
Yes, I'm sure
trying
it
to kill
was.
me.
I'm sure they
I
did.
I did try to tell him. Hello, Brunhilde.
Yes, Brunhilde.
Oh.
Would you care to join us?
Sure. I came here to pay my respects, but I'm sure that's what you're going to right now.
Yes.
That's it.
In fact, we might be late. We need to make even further haste, Father.
Oh,
Well, don't let me stop you.
Are you able to run?
do you expect
sorry,
me
I did
to
not mean to.
answer?
No, Father.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Show me the way.
Yes, we simply go down here to the caravan and we instruct the individuals who take us to Mirkwood.
Is there anything
It is good
else
to
I
see
should
you,
know? Are there any more guidelines for kings, like they're supposed to run now?
No, Father. You decide what it is that you wish to do, Father.
Ah, is that how kingship works? Thank you, my son. What would I do without you?
I am most happy to see you, Father.
Are you now?
I am, Father.
You're a horrible liar.
I am not. I'm not lying, Father. I am generally happy to see you.
You're a politician. You're supposed to be a liar. That's the only way to preserve society.
That's Lirion, Father. I'm speaking the truth.
Yes, one of your many annoying abilities. Keep it going.
How was your trip? I take it you are in very good health, and I am very happy.
Yes, it was delightfully boring, it was extraordinarily long, and it was beautifully, pathetically long and boring, and also very inconvenient. But you know me. When
Yes, Father,
I
I'm sorry you had
sense-
to endure such things.
Whenever I can sense a disaster that is about to strike, I go to an extra length to make sure I'm at least there to be present to salvage whatever is left to salvage.
Yes, of course. To Mirkwood immediately, please. After you, Father.
Just gonna wait here. And where is Arinon?
I'm not certain, Father. He is most likely in rest, as he was heavily injured last night in battle.
Is that so? What was he doing on the battlefield?
We
He
were
was
both fighting,
defending-
my lord.
That's why I'm asking, what was he doing there? He's not a fighter. I didn't
might
raise
have
him to be
inspired
one.
him. I might have inspired him to be a bit of a fighter.
Keep your
Father.
inspiration to yourself.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. He took a liking to my battle armor, and, well, I provided him my extra set.
Arinon in battle armor. Well, here I thought I don't believe in fairy tales, but apparently they do come true sometimes. Shall we? I thought there is a funeral that we're supposed to
Yes.
go to immediately.
Yes, Father, up this way.
We don't want to be late.
Follow the princess and their dad.
So this must be Mirkwood.
Yes, Father, this is the Mirkwood location that I was telling you about.
Very traditional.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it was one of their own, one of our own, of course, that suffered a lot. And today we're here to mourn as well as celebrate his life.
Indeed.
He died a hero, my lord.
I heard about your captain. I am sorry for the loss.
Hello, Amara. This is my father. I'm just leading him towards the funeral location. Would you be
Hello, Jess. I think
good
it's much
enough
more
to guide us?
Yep. Hello.
Good day.
I hope you traveled safe.
I
It
am
was a most
still alive.
inconvenient trip. Yes, but my father has endured.
That's what fathers do, especially of these sons.
I do apologize that it was inconvenient.
After you, father. After you, Rose. No, after you, of course. And Brunhilde.
Someone, please.
Eldarin. Thank you.
What is this
Sorry,
nonsense?
I do not envy you.
I heard that.
I'm sure you Elven hear quite a few things.
They certainly do, Master Dwarf. You would be surprised how many things I heard about your kind over the years. And I will keep them to myself for now. And after all, this is a funeral.
I'm sure we can talk at one point.
That's Lirion. I believe just walked inside from the building behind you. I believe we're waiting on Cameron to return.
New follower detected.
Thank you so much for the follow. Kaedera. Hope I spelled it correctly.
They had a
Or
strong
said
bond.
it correctly.
They did.
Oh,
Not
well,
imagine
Highness.
what that might be
Um,
like.
Others should be getting up here soon. I personally will be back momentarily, but I do hope your stay is nice for the moment. You're more than welcome to step inside if you would like.
Yes, father. Should you require anything at all, do but ask, and I shall fetch it for you.
I didn't come here for fine dining. This is a funeral. I know how to handle myself.
Yes, of course. I did not mean to insinuate.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Grace?
Little people convention.
Greetings,
How do you walk in with your hands back? Takes a lot of skills. That is very pretty. Oh, you asked me how. Gotcha, gotcha. It is indeed Shift H in Devious Desires, and it is one of the restraint behind back one. Are there any plans for an official ceremony, or are we just reminiscing about the good old days?
There are plans.
Very good.
Fine.
For if there are not, I would like to say a few words.
These plans are currently being carried out, but we would appreciate a few words. My lord.
I shall leave them for the end of the ceremony. Thank you for informing me. My sons, unfortunately, were unable to prepare me for this occasion. They threw me to the wolves, so I apologize for my rudeness.
You're fine, Your Majesty.
Very pretty.
Oh, Your Majesty, the hobbits had a question. If you like honey cake.
I will get out of the way.
There is time and place for honey cakes. This isn't one of them.
Is it not? My brother loved those.
Then perhaps we can have one, for his honor, after the ceremony. I do not wish to leave crumbs on his final resting place.
I do not think he would feel ill towards you if you left crumbs.
Then he was a kind
I also don't
man.
believe that his final resting place will be in a bathhouse.
Ah, I see.
Yes. The funeral area is actually up past this.
Yet another thing my sons forgot to inform me about. Lovely.
That would be my own fault, Your Majesty.
No, please.
Not
Do
your
not
son.
blame yourself for the shortcomings of my sons. After all, I was the one who raised them, so in a way it is my fault.
Yes, but Your Majesty, it is us who did not tell them exactly where it was.
I appreciate your lenient approach. But do not get used to it. Great leaders require not obedience. They require constant challenges from those underneath them. They need to be molded like hot iron into a fine sword. Only that way you can win against the Dark Lord and his horrible hordes. Is it too forward of me to ask about the captain? What was he like? What did he like except for honey cakes? Was he a fine warrior?
Yes, Your Majesty.
He was a good man. He always protected us.
He was the first into the battle, and oftentimes one of the last ones out, if he could ensure it.
He oftentimes made sure whenever I was being set upon to call out for people to get them off of me and help me out.
Your Majesty, in the short time that my brother and I were mayors of Oakbottom, he exemplified all that was Elven. He was fearless, but also kind. And when he made mistakes, he was willing to own up to them and correct them. He was not just a good elf, he was a good man.
He was a very good man.
There was no shortage of laughter when we were together. He was not even just a soldier. He was an individual who was personable and kind, and whoever came into the lands who were new and needing to be shown around, hesitate.
Your testimonies fill my heart with sadness, but also pride. I am delighted to hear that there was a prime example of all the virtues of our kind, but not just our kind exclusively. I understand that our people may have certain quirks, perceived by other races as perhaps a bit too snobbish. Perhaps that comes with age, an inevitable downside of our long lives. But I can assure you, in these dark times, times filled with war and losses, you can count on our kind. You can count on our courage, on our loyalty to these lands, for we will protect it until our last breath. That is my promise to you all. We will make sure that the captain didn't lose his life for vain. He defended these lands until his last breath. And we will do the same. I will do the same. And hopefully I can rely on the rest of my kingdom to do the same too.
Your words touch our hearts, Majesty. And I do believe you can rely on your kingdom for that, at least.
The captain's legacy will not be forgotten. It will forever live in our hearts. Are there any family members that he left behind?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Are you one of them?
He has a brother and a sister, Your Majesty.
I see. I would like to extend my condolences to them personally, if possible.
I do believe General Callan should be here shortly, Your Majesty.
Very good.
And I am unsure of where Arwina is currently at, Your Majesty.
I've seen her around.
Would you like to take a seat, Your Majesty? There is a open sofa next to me.
Thank you. Can the person who just spoke speak again so that I can connect the voice to the face, please?
I apologize, that was me. I am
Thank
Laura
you.
Deneth.
I apologize, it has been many new faces and it will take me some time to adjust, but your offer is very much appreciated. I had a long journey and my knees do require some rest.
I would imagine so. If you should need anything, do not hesitate to call on me.
Thank you. You are very kind. I wish I could say the same about my sons.
Father, would you like a pillow for comfort?
I would like to say, Your Majesty, that I have seen nothing but kindness and caring from both of your sons.
Is that so? Perhaps I will witness it myself at some point too.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes, Father, let me get you another pillow.
Are you letting them know?
Yes.
Such a weird pose.
If everybody can please follow me, we are gathering now for the funeral.
I apologize we didn't offer you a seat sooner, Your Majesty.
No need to apologize. I am not here for comfort. I'm here to pay my respects.
I understand.
This place is beautiful. May I ask who built it?
Many of the Mirkwoods together have put it together. I'm not quite sure who exactly was their builder, however, sir. I do not live here myself.
A prime example of their craftsmanship.
Yes.
It is nice to see you.
Master Dwarf, if you are available, we're headed up to the funeral.
And I hope you're better soon.
Close. Thank you.
Great.
We can wait as long as you want.
Good to see you, Lady Stromba.
You as well.
Ooh, fire. Oh, that person definitely has an FSSD. She was so rubber bandy.
I'll slip past slightly.
Sorry.
Just don't want to be blocking the door.
Father, would you like to stand with me over here?
Not quite.
Very
But
well.
thank you for the offer. A nice view over here.
That is everyone, and we can get started. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to convey the deepest appreciation for all of you being here during this difficult time. Today, as we know, is the funeral for my dear brother Roldir. With that comes a lot of emotions. For now, I'd like to speak about his life and its effect it has had on myself as well as some of you. He was a good man and had everyone's best interests at heart. He only wanted to see his people flourish and survive. He did whatever he could to see it so. During his life, he taught me many lessons, as I'm sure he taught all of you some, as well, with your time with him. Some of the lessons more harsh than others, but with meaning. His skills with the blade are of top quality. He enjoyed sparring and practicing, and his self-giving spirit was seen by many. In his way of willing to teach and show anyone who asked how to fight. His death, while extremely saddening and heartbreaking, I would like to choose to view it as an inspiration. That through his hard work and determination, we saw success. Even though he had somewhat of a blunt attitude, we saw truth, as he was not afraid to tell it like it is. While this bothered some, many learned to accept it and respect it. I remember some points in our life, while I was being an idiot, he had to pull me back from it. And when he became frustrated and angry, which tended to happen, I pulled him out of it, whether that be issues with family or politics. We worked well together, as a team. Not only myself, but all those in Mirkwood. We were, and still are, a force to be reckoned with. He taught me some valuable lessons from the failures we both saw, and they are lessons I will never forget. So thank you, brother. Wherever you are, if in the great trees of Mirkwood or beyond, we thank you for your service. In being the brother I needed and wanted. We will continue to fight this threat that took you from us until it is no more and has been rid of these lands. That is my promise to you now. As my brother and one of my best friends. Farewell for now.
Oh, very nice speech.
I wanted to thank you all for coming to this. I know it is a solemn occasion that we never wish to have happen. But in war, sadly and regrettably, it does. I know it is a short ceremony, but you wouldn't want anything long and overdone. So if you wish to stick around, you may. But at this time, the event is concluded. So thank you for coming.
I do believe His Majesty wished to also say a few words.
You may, if he wishes.
There is not much more for me to add. You said it best. I would just like to express my deepest condolences to you and your sister. The sacrifice of your brother will not be forgotten.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, General. The legacy of your brother will live on in our hearts.
General, perhaps if anyone else wishes to say anything.
Yes. If anyone wishes to come up and say something, they may at this time.
I do not need to say much to prove the point of what Heraldir did for all of us here. Here gathered are all the free peoples of Middle-earth. From humans to dwarves to hobbits, to our kin, to our brothers and to our family. We find ourselves all gathering to pay respects, of course, to give honor to a man who fought for all of us, who bled for every single one of us. He was often the first into battle alongside myself and others, and oftentimes the last one out. I said this earlier. But I also come to say that his memory lives on, as it always will, in the way that we strike our enemies, in the way that we laugh and love and care for one another, in the stars above us that guide and watch over us and ensure that as we rest, we are protected. Many of you have heard me say, when you are missing someone so dear, listen to the wind. I can almost guarantee each and every one of you, Heraldir is there. He is upon the wind, listening and watching for us. Always around us. Always ready to be that beacon of hope that we all needed. And from this day forward, I have no doubt that each and every one of us will fight just as he did. For all of us here. For all of Middle-earth.
Thank you.
I do have a poem, Callan, if that is okay.
Sure. Why not?
A poem. I have a rap song I would like
I do
to
not
sing.
believe I can remember who wrote this, but it does describe Heralde quite well. I'd like to leave the tears of those who grieve, dry before the sun, of happy memories that I leave when life is done. Because I have loved life, I shall have no sorrow to die. I have sent up my gladness on wings, to be lost in the blue of the sky. It's a short poem, but it is one that I think you would appreciate.
I do as well. Thank you.
What I have to say may be short, but I think it's the point across that saying goodbye to someone may seem like it's forever. Saying even farewell may feel like it's the end, but when it comes down to it, in our hearts, his memory will live on. And I think I can speak for most all of us here that Harry may be gone right now, but he will never be forgotten.
Thank you. At this time, if there's anyone else that wishes to speak, please come forward. If there is no one, then at this point, the funeral would be concluding. If you wish to stay for a little while and speak and talk, you may, by all means. But you're free to leave at your leisure. Thank you for coming.
I need a better freaking music for this. Not my Master Dwarf one. Sorry, let me quickly do this. There we go. Music. I'm so ill prepared for this. Let me see. What do we do?
Callan,
Yes?
may you find his light in another.
Excuse me.
May you find his friendship and
Am I
kinship
blocking the way?
in another. Come find me should you wish to speak.
I will. Thank you.
It is not my way, but may the light of the Eldar guide you and keep you safe.
Apologies. By the way, good morning, Jess. I don't believe I said that. Definitely deserve at least that. Hope you slept well. Hope you're enjoying your holiday. We miss you.
Hello, Mungo.
Very nice turnout. Considering it wasn't really announced like on Discord or anything like that.
You know, we love your family.
Look
If
at these
there's
cute little
anything you need,
hobbits. All
to
dressed up.
I will. Thank you.
Of course.
I feel I need to come up here more often.
Excuse me. You are Alwina, his brother. Sorry,
Yes.
sister.
Yes.
If I may be so bold.
Dylan, would it be okay if I gave you a hug? I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but
Sure.
Oh,
I'll take one.
so cute.
Thank you.
you're very welcome. He was well loved, especially amongst us. I'm so sorry that he's gone.
I know. I appreciate your words.
At all these rolls. It's a freaking battle.
Thank you, Catherine.
Many of us are alive because of your brother. There will be generations who will remember him. I'm sorry.
Took her spot.
Thank you.
May we meet again?
Sound like a goat. Hello, Annie. You can stay in game? Oh. Sorry to hear that. Are you dropping because of internet?
Now in your words, moving.
Are you crashing?
I offer my condolences. You and your brother have done more for Oak Bottom than we even know.
Lost connection to server. It's a different message than my usual.
If you need
Oh.
anything, you know where to find us.
Thank you.
Come, brother. Let's leave Harry to his family.
When did that happen? Well, you never told us you and Heather were hurt.
How is my stuff so stable? I don't know. I try. You have 2 FPS. Oh. Let me see how much I have. Oh boy. 42. That's what I have right now. There you go. We really need to go over your stuff and equipment, Annie. I have been looking forward to this for a long time now. I'm really curious what you have at your disposal. We need to squeeze something more out of it, that's for sure. You had 5 to 6 FPS on low graphics in that room? Oh, it is like very dense.
Hey, you got this far.
Just wanted to make sure that you all knew.
Do we want to get somewhere a bit?
You're both lined
quieter?
by your CPU, and you
I mean,
like to know how to change
I'll
it?
be heading
What's
back
compatible with
to
motherboard, etc. Just let me know. I'll let you.
trying to set
I'll
up
tell
that
you
festival
if there is
for
any
Hannah,
upgrade available.
hoping it
Shoot
will
me a
help,
DM.
but I'll be over there for a while if you need me. Hope you all stay safe. Please.
I'll try.
We always do.
It was a beautiful ceremony. I only wish I was more prepared for it.
Yes, Father. Your words were very beautiful.
Thankfully, I always expect the worst, so I was at least dressed for the occasion.
If you want.
This is not good news, my son. We cannot afford losing good people like that.
I know, Father. It just saddens my heart. The enemy is relentless, Father.
Indeed they are. Oh, gotcha, hunger. Tell me about your brother. How did he get injured?
We were attacked in Aelenor just last night. They attacked us and they brought a very powerful troll with them, as well as some sort of spider creature I've never seen the likes of. Yes, I do not wish to speak of it much, but we had fought and I had got separated from Eranon, but we had crossed paths during the battle. I lost sight of him, and as they retreated, I fought on until they retreated, and I stumbled upon him in the infirmary, heavily injured.
Gonna like going down.
Do not ever let him wander unsupervised.
There are enough people here.
You are strong and courageous.
Oh, no, it's not that I worry about them
But
attacking me.
Yes, Father.
his talents are different.
I know, it was foolish of me to leave his side, Father. I will not do it again.
Let this be a reminder. Regardless,
Yes, Father.
I am surprised to hear he found enough courage to actually put on armor and to face the enemy in battle. Foolish, but courageous.
He fought very bravely, Father. Even though it is not his strong suit, he took up arms and he fought alongside everyone there.
Perhaps it is time I will finally teach him how to handle a sword.
Yes, Father. He could use of more training, as could I. But I inherited your fighting prowess, Father.
Parts of it.
Yes, a small glimpse of your prowess, Father.
But even a small glimpse is a potential to hone the craft for excellence, all in due time. But for now, we need to make sure both of you stay alive.
Yes, Father, of course.
I heard that Rose was very instrumental in that effort. And of course,
Yes, she...
others who work in a similar field.
Yes. Everyone has been most valuable. Rose has been very valuable to all of us. She is a very gifted healer.
I appreciate the praise, my prince, but there are far more talented healers. Those who have been a lot more helpful than I. I just try to do my best, that's all.
So, let me get this straight. We have Mirkwood over here, a mighty contingent. We have the general. We have plenty of healers. That is good. A solid basis. But it is not enough against the forces of Dark Lord.
Yes, Father, that's why we have done something that has not been done in such a long time. And we are in very good terms with the dwarves, humans, and of course the hobbits. And we all fight together to try to quell this darkness, Father.
Desperate times often result in strange alliances. I do not disapprove, I am aware of the courage and skills of both dwarves and humans. And I am glad to know that historical differences were put aside to fight against common enemy.
Yes, it's actually more than that, Father. I would say we're working our way towards friendship.
Delightful.
I agree. Friendship is definitely something that is in the books. Surprisingly so.
Yes.
Books can lie. Let us hope that this one speaks the truth.
Well, if books can lie, that means we don't have to keep adhering to the past.
A past is a past. Let us focus on tomorrow. How often do these forces attack? And where?
Father, at first their forces were heavily directed towards the human settlements of Eldamar. But most recently we have drawn their ire. So they have been attacking us as of late.
It is not surprising to hear. When one is facing a team of one that has a sword and has a bow, you are always supposed to focus on the one with the bow.
Yes, it was only a matter of time before their tactics decided to shift.
Indeed. But drawing their attention was inevitable. What is your plan on how to handle this from now on?
The first thing is, well, to meet and fight in battle as much as we can. Currently, we have a lot of injured, so we try to make sure to rest. The plan so far is to work inward and make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to fighting these threats.
Very good.
Also, at this point, we wish to try to work further towards our strategic alliances, so that they may never falter.
My God. Do be well. I am
Farewell,
reading
Bruce.
elsewhere.
Farewell.
I'll make sure she's safe.
Maybe I misjudged you. You seem to have firm grasp and loyalty of our people. I am surprised. Positively.
It's not as easy as it looks, Father.
Of course not. It's not supposed to be. You're running a damn kingdom. It's supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be impossible. You knew this. I told you. I prepared you for this. And you made it work. Despite the impossible nature of this task. Both you and your brother. Yes, there may have been hiccups. But they always are. Don't forget. I wasn't born to do this either. I had to figure out a few things. I had to learn from my mistakes. And in the end, I stand here as a king. But that is only possible because I have those under me that I can trust in, that I can rely on. Who do you trust the most right now? Besides your brother and me.
I trust in the leadership of General Callum. I also trust in a large mount of all the elves.
But not all of them.
Perhaps, Father?
Good. I'd like to believe in fairy tales. I'd like to believe in the fact that we are all united, fighting for the same cause, under the same banner. But it is not true. We all have our differences. We all come from different places of Middle-earth. And yes, perhaps our similarities bring us together, but not always. We are proud, and sometimes arrogant. Shortcomings that can be doomed to us all. How do you plan on combating these obstacles?
They are very difficult to combat, Father. I suppose everything is not as it's not as easy of a solution to find. It is simply to try to use logic to determine the best outcome. That is what I try to do.
It's not just that. That is why you're failing. You always relied on logic. Is she alright?
Might I ask, Your Majesty, that those conversations of perhaps scalding your son not take place right here, right now? I am requesting this.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
I was hoping we were far enough, but I understand. We'll take it elsewhere.
Might I say that he has shown nothing but promising in his position?
I appreciate your feedback. I was currently giving him praise. Apparently it wasn't loud enough. Next time I'll invite you so that you can be present.
Your Majesty, I do not wish to be invited to praise.
I do not wish to invite you either. But here we are. Anything else I can help you with?
Father?
Yes?
They are very valued friends, Father. They do not mean any ill will.
I always appreciate and advise how to raise my son and how to assess the leadership.
I am
king.
not telling you how to raise your son, Your Majesty. I am just stating the facts that I have seen, so that you might know.
Your testimony is appreciated. And as I said, I was giving him praise. I even took some of my words back, but you weren't present for this.
I was not, Your Majesty. I was only present for what I heard.
And now that you are aware,
I was only one thing, though. And
is
I
there
thank
anything
you
else
for-
that you wish to add?
I thank you for coming to Araldir's funeral, Your Majesty.
I thank you for the invitation. Come on, son. Let us continue.
Yes.
This
Yes,
talk
Father.
elsewhere.
Thank you, Cedral, Axia.
That one likes you.
Which one, Father?
The one you just talked to.
Father.
Which way?
Let's go back to the capital, Father. So we're not to disturb them here.
So tell me, how long have you known her? Are you two dating?
Well, Celendro? No, we're not dating, Father.
Why not?
I don't know, Father.
I'll tell you why, because you're a coward. But fear not, I am here to help.
Thank you, Father. Any advice that you could give would be greatly appreciated.
She had fire in her eyes. Spark. Something
Yes,
you
good
seem to
father.
be lacking. You need a woman to bring out the best of you. You always did.
Yes, I know, father, but it's best not to rush things, right?
Not all of us have the luxury of living forever, my son. At some
So you're
point.
trying to say seize the moment, father, is that it?
Yes, indeed. I won't be here forever, you know. I do wish to see my grandchildren, at least in the foreseeable future.
Yes, I know, father. Carriage rider to Elinor, please.
She was of Mirkwood, wasn't she?
Yes, father.
You said it yourself. Their friendship is very important to us. I don't have to remind you of the importance of political marriages, do I?
You're right, father. Eranon keeps insisting as well, saying that it is my place, given that I am the youngest.
So I heard. He seems to be in a relationship with some sort of a healer. What can you tell me about her?
I'm not certain if he is indeed in a relationship, but I heard that he might have had a date, perhaps.
Very good. I want to be present during the next one. Arrange it for tomorrow.
Father, I'm not sure I can arrange a date with Eranon. He kind of does his own thing.
That stops right now.
But shouldn't I, father, in interest of my own relationship status, stop worrying about Eranon and start worrying about myself?
You can do both.
Very well, father. I'm not sure Eranon will approve, but I'm sure he will understand.
His approval is not necessary.
Yes, and I shall inform Laura that a date is to be scheduled tomorrow with Eranon.
Very good. And your date will be the day after that.
And whom is that with, father? Is that Saladriel?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Very well, father. I shall obey your wishes.
Unless, of course, you find someone even more influential and someone even more that would be to your liking. I'm not cruel, you know. I'm not forcing you to do this blindly and without your input. I'm just forcing you to do anything.
Yes, anything but what I'm doing currently. Understood, father.
Yes. So,
Would you like to speak upon the towers? Would you like to speak here?
we can speak here. I have no secrets that these fine people shouldn't be privy of. And after all, we are responsible for them. The least we could do is to be transparent with them.
Yes, indeed, father.
Now, tell me about some of these troublemakers. Who have been giving you issues?
In what instance are you referring to, father?
Disobedience.
There is,
You don't need to name any names. Just tell me what the source of their issues is. Where does it stem from?
It stems from essentially disagreements between our people in terms of just tensions, the clashing of heads. It's like trying to merge two or multiple strong personalities
Good night,
together
Annie.
that wish
Have a good one.
to lead their own adventures or whatever. That makes sense, Father?
It does.
It's like
They
trying to
seek
put,
independence.
It's like trying to put... yes, yes. They seek independence, and while I admit I was quite frustrated, and I still think there is some cause to worry, or at least be cautious, the vast majority of these people are very good, well-intentioned.
Before I was rudely interrupted by your girlfriend-to-be, I was making a point. The reason why I appointed both you and your brother to lead this expedition is because I believed in the combination of both of your unique perspectives and strengths. You being the logical one, and him being the, well, perhaps the one who is led by his emotions. Or did I mix those two? You tell
Father,
me.
You've, yes, it seems I've learned a lot from my being here leading this expedition, Father.
Because I'm pretty sure I did mix those two. But what I'm seeing in front of me right now speaks of the opposite. Looks like my plan worked.
Yes, Father, I've learned a lot from Aranon, and I think Aranon has picked up on some of my not-so-good traits, Father.
Remember, there is no such thing as perfection. We are all sums of our mistakes. Do not beat yourself up.
Words, Father.
Just remember, when the time comes, when the time is to prove yourself, rely on your brother, and rely on those who are close to you, those you trust. You cannot fight this battle alone. You cannot win this war alone. I'm glad to know that you reached out to these other races and factions.
Thank you, Father. I'm glad that you approve of all this.
Indeed. It will also help to solidify your position in leadership against these, well, let's call them a bit more adventurous of our kin, those who seek independence. They cannot deny the fact that you have support of others in these lands.
Yes, indeed, Father, and I hope to come to some sort of resolution with those that have sought independence.
Very good. What can you tell me about the leaders of these other factions? These humans? I believe their king died recently. Have they elected a new one?
Well, they have, Father, but it is not a king, it is a queen. Leader, it's Queen Merelda. I believe she was recently captured and put through horrible atrocities by the orcs. But from my understanding, she has been returned as of yesterday. I am not sure. Yes?
No, I was just saying she was returned and treated.
Yes, thank you very much. In terms of how they're doing at the moment, I am not certain, Father. I wish to find out. When it comes to the dwarves, they are ruled by council. I must confess it has been some time since we've had a nice chat with the Dwarven Council, but if I recall, there was 3 of them. It seems like, I'm not sure if you heard the tales of the one that used to rule. His name was Grom.
Oh boy.
He has recently either stepped down from power or has been removed to allow the council to take over, and it seems that the dragon in those tales was not dead and is still living, which has been a very unfortunate situation for all of us.
Hardly a surprise.
Yes, indeed. In terms of the hobbits, there were two mayors, Drogo and Mungo Underhill, but they have recently resigned, as far as I know, and it is Mayor Willoughby. He seems like a very well thought out individual, as we had some discussions, and he had some concerns. Regarding those that sought independence, they are led by my former commander of the Royal Guard. His name is Dreadhell, and I believe he is going by the title of King. As I know, he was king of other lands before coming here.
Oh, one of those. Yes. How very fortunate to have another king here to lead us through these dark times to victory. How has he been doing so far, His Majesty?
He is currently in the infirmary of the human settlement. He had twisted his ankle, but they single-handedly, their group, just forced back a group of about 5 or 6 goblins back into their own territory.
Oh, impressive. These goblins are not to be trifled with. But
I just returned there, Prince Eldarin, just to inform you that it is taken care of now.
Thank you, Laura. And since you're here, I must inform you of a planned date that you must undertake with Aranon, perhaps tomorrow.
Oh,
yes.
Is that the lucky one?
Yes. Hello. I would have exactly informed you, however, it didn't seem like the right time.
Nonsense. This is the best possible time. Allow me to introduce myself, yet again, but this time properly.
Oh.
Ahem.
Oh yes, this is my father, King Lirion Galadrim.
A pleasure, officially. I am Lord Deneth Silverpetal. I am highborn from the lands that I used to be in before they were taken over by the Dark Horde.
It is an esteemed pleasure of mine to meet you. And I apologize. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I understand that this is a delicate matter. To date an idiot is an uneasy task. But my son is desperate. Not desperate, of course, because he is infatuated by your beauty, but he is desperately bad at this. And he will need... Are you talking
about me, father, or Aranon?
Well, which one is dating whom?
I am dating Aranon myself, my lord.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes, father, but you were describing me, so for a moment I thought it was me you were referring to.
You can both share the title of idiocy. But...
yes, father.
No. Yes, of course, Aranon. Tell me, do you like him? I do not want you to feel pressured. I do not want you to feel forced. I simply want to get to know you and want to make sure that you like my son.
I quite adore him. He has been very kind to me and he listens very well.
Thank you. That fills my heart with at least some resemblance of hope. I always thought he would be a lost cause.
He does his best to make you happy, my lord.
Well, I have to give credit where credit is due. Both my sons have exceeded my expectations. Minus a few hiccups. but that is to be expected.
Yes.
I am
Will you
honored.
be staying with us over long, my king?
That depends where my sons will place me. They often like to treat me like an antique furniture. Just leave me in any unused rooms that are currently available.
And Father Aranon explicitly stated that he wishes that you would be able to stay with him in his home. I have a key to his estate.
I can only hope that one will not get blown up like yours did.
However, if you would like your own private quarters, I would be more than happy to go and build one for you, my lord.
That is very kind of you. And that offer will not be forgotten. But please, you have preparations to make, mostly mental ones, to endure a date with my son. I do not wish to take any more of your time.
It is greatly appreciated, my lord, but should you need anything, please, again, do not hesitate to ask. I try to help everybody in the capital as much as I possibly can.
Your kindness is oozing from your soul.
I'm glad that you can see it, my lord.
Father, were you going to attend their date? I wasn't sure.
Of course. I will oversee that everything is handled properly.
Very well.
Fear not. You won't even notice I'm there.
Yes, my lord, as you wish.
Very
I will
good.
be back momentarily, as I will be going up towards the gardens.
Of course. So... looks like things are looking up.
Yes,
See?
Father, it seems you have a busy schedule ahead of you.
Indeed. But, before I forget, now that we have the dates covered, I would also like to meet all these other rulers of these different factions. The Queen, once she of course feels better. This Council of the Dwarves. And also this newly elected Mayor of the Hobbits. I would like to invite them for a formal dinner, so that we can discuss the current events and our future plans.
Yes, of course, Father. Would you like to host it here in Eleanor?
Of course.
Very well, Father.
After all, that is why I made sure that this place was built for. It was supposed to be a meeting place, not just for us, but for all those in the exiled lands.
I do apologize for interrupting. I do hope I can be there for the meeting as Lord Keeper.
Of course.
Oh, yes. Father, this is the lawkeeper, Ilithan.
Pleasure to meet you. I believe an archive was mentioned, or perhaps a library, where you stored knowledge.
Yes. You could take the caravan there to Ithalod. It is very peaceful there.
A ball would be perfect.
Though our selection may be a little bit scarce than normal. I'm still repairing the books that were just, that were damaged.
Ah, very well. Well, do take your time. Books are important and they must be preserved.
And yes, if you need anything, please let me know.
Thank you.
I'm doing my spot up here.
There is no need to be nervous. You're among your people. We don't bite.
To be frank, I've just never been around a king before.
Well, I'm just like you. Only a bit older, more decrepit, and I've seen far too many things go wrong. And perhaps that had a certain degree of influence over my enthusiasm and some of my manners. But I can assure you, I still have a spark in my heart to do what's right for our people.
Yes, Father, and we will ensure that your vision comes to fruition.
No need. That vision already transpired. It materialized. I always dreamt of a kingdom where my 2 sons will be in charge, where they will be respected, and where they will earn the loyalty of our people. That dream already came true. You made me proud, my son. I'm sad that it's only you here, but I do wish to catch up with the other one too.
Yes, of course. Hopefully at some point he should stir from his bed. I know he was quite injured, so perhaps still recovering.
Of course. Do not let him know about my intention to praise him. He will get the same treatment as you did. The usual dose of disappointment followed by the inevitable appraisal. Disappointment builds character.
Yes, of course it does, Father. You learn from your mistakes and you move forward.
Indeed. Now, tell me more about this Mirkwood woman.
Which one, Father?
The one that you fancy.
Are you talking about Celadru, Father?
Yes. Or is there perhaps more?
Father, if I must say, I have my eye around a few, Father.
Oh, you dog. You're like an elk in a mating season. Please, tell me everything. And
Nothing
don't
has transpired, Father.
Why not?
Because, Father, there's more pressing matters to attend to.
This is currently the most pressing matter to attend to. Tell me their names.
Father...
I demand names.
Fine, Father. Sure, sure, Father. I am interested in Celadriel. And
God.
Apologies to interrupt your conversation, my lord.
Oh, thank you.
We have guests.
Welcome.
Wonderful.
Hello,
Greetings.
sir.
Greetings. Allow me to introduce my father, King Lirion Galadrim.
What?
A pleasure to meet you, my fellow king.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Lirion.
Pleasure to meet you both. What brings you to Eleanor?
Truthfully, I wish to meet you. I would wish for good relations between the 2 elven kingdoms that reside in this island.
I'm not aware of any other kingdom residing here.
Well, now you are. It's a pleasure to meet you. I
I'm
am
still not aware of it.
Yes, Father.
I am
This is
king
what
of
I
the
was...
Twilight Hunt.
This is what I told you about, Father.
Did I forget that I appointed a new king in these lands?
No, Father. No, our lands are secure. These are those that have wished to claim their own lands elsewhere.
Ah, a self-appointed king. How novel.
Someone had to be the good one on the front lines.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't quite meet your expectations, young man.
Not you at all, your grace. Truthfully, just some disagreements between me and your sons.
Is that so? Please tell me all about it. Where have we gone wrong?
So, Grace, we do have a meeting room upstairs if you would be more comfortable to sit and have this conversation.
It might be a bit long, truthfully.
I have all the time in the world. Please, let's have it out here in the open.
Understood.
Good. I like that. I
do as
myself
well.
pride myself on being open. Well, I arrived on these shores from Mirkwood. I serviced as a lord there for the past 3,000 years, as I had left my original capital back on the Lonely Isle, where I rule. I came here with some of my men and my family to assist in the orc problem. that
Get
was
to the
coming.
point. I don't have that much time to hear your entire life story.
Good. In truth, your son's general and his former commander decided to threaten my life a few times, along with being abandoned on the battlefield quite a few times, and your son's telling my fellow kin just to my right here that he was not an elf anymore. I had been fed up with quite a few actions done by your sons, and as a ruler myself, I saw it as unfit to rule me. So me and a few fellow elves who agreed on such a thing and had been treated the same way left. And we made our own kingdom on the front lines, as I was accused of having a corrupted ring of power. I've since proved such claims false, as well as been killing orcs since I've left.
Wow.
In truth,
It's quite a lot to
can't
take
care enough to
in.
hold a grudge. I would bet it would be. There's a lot of stories of in between and how and why, but your sons think that I'm a power-hungry greed maniac, and in truth I'm not. I just wish to serve the good of Middle-earth.
You wish to serve the Middle-earth by ruling over it.
No. Why would I rule over anyone that
You
those who wish
appointed
come
yourself
under
to
my
be a
rule?
king.
Indeed,
And
I
what's
did.
this
It
part
was
about
my
the
own land.
Ring of Power? Do you have one
Are
or
you
not?
aware of the two? Indeed I do. Though I forged it myself, untainted by Sauron's dark magics. Just as one of your generals has.
And how did you learn how to do that, if I may ask?
I learned from the smiths of Celebrimbor back in Lirion.
And you know how they did learn such knowledge?
Celebrimbor learned from his own skill. His apprentices learned from him.
Well, from what I heard, they learned it from Sauron.
Indeed, a falsehood that has been written a few many times.
If I might. I am Cardinal, Your Highness. Yes, indeed, Sauron deceived Celebrimbor and aided in the creating of the first rings. But the craft was mostly come across by Celebrimbor himself.
Who forged 3 pure rings himself, that still remain in Elvish lands to these days.
Let me ask you, did your power-hungry nature arrive after forging those rings or before? Or was it always there? Just out of curiosity.
I have no desire for power.
You appointed yourself to be a king. Something doesn't quite fit. I'm
I
just
was
trying to
already a
decide whether it was before crafting those rings or after.
Let me ask you this, Your Grace. Whenever you go to the human kingdom, you are king there, or are you king of another land?
I fail to see the relevance of this question.
The relevance is I've always been a king. I was born a son's prince, just as your son next to you. My father died. His kingdom came to me. I am ruler of the Lonely Isle.
I see. I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your father. I wish I had a chance to know him.
It has been quite a few thousand years, but I do appreciate the sentiments.
Indeed. I wish to know if there are any more kings I should know about.
There's the Queen of Gondor. Well, not Gondor, but...
No, I mean from our own kind.
No, I do not think there's any secret kings among us anymore, Father.
Now let us hope they will not appoint themselves to be ones. But I guess you never know these days. Anyone can be a king. But the more the merrier. Let us share the power. After all, one can only be a king if he has those who will follow him.
Indeed.
And you seem to
Absolutely
have
true.
quite a bit of influence.
Something I acquired over the years of talking.
Well, no matter how things turned out, no matter where we currently stand, even if it's on opposing sides, there are many things we share. One of them being our enemy. From what I heard, you suffered an injury in the recent battle. Are you well?
Which recent battle?
I was
He had
informed.
twisted his ankle, Your Grace.
Ah, yes, I'm completely fine. A little bit of elvish magic fixed it right up.
Must be some powerful magic indeed.
Only a witch's finest. Though, I wouldn't consider our kingdoms opposing, unless you do, of course.
From what I heard, you openly show disobedience. And you essentially accused my sons of turning their back against you in battle.
Not your sons. I accuse their general of doing so, as he has done so.
You mean the one who currently lost his brother? The one's funeral we just attended.
The one I just came from, yes.
What is the source of this disagreement or conflict? Why is the general a problem?
The general and his brother decided to threaten me quite a few times, as well as leave me and my friends on the battlefield to die, or giving unable to be followed orders, is the best way to put it.
Yes, and there's also been some threats of you to strike down those that would leave the battlefield if they are injured.
No, it was actually to make sure that those who were injured did not continue on the field.
Regardless, Father, of this entire situation, he was second in command under Arendelle, before Arendelle sailed off to Valinor. I thought it fit that to appoint him to the Royal Guard. I tried my best to allow both peoples to work through their disagreements, however, it was ultimately a failure.
I can see that. Well, he may have lost his rank, but he became a king. So I guess in the end, we all got what we wanted.
Truthfully, I don't need the titles to continue to do what I do.
It is quite alright. And I agree, titles are not necessary. What is necessary is loyalty to each other. Not just to our common goal, not just to our kind, even to those who are in the exiled lands currently. The humans, the dwarves. What are your relationships with them currently?
Quite well. The dwarves are actually the ones that gave me the ore to forge this ring. They also have been helped by me and my companions quite a few times. The humans I go and spar with quite often, give training lessons and assist their people in battle. I also have quite a few discussions with Queen Marilda.
Very good.
As of late, with her absence, she has not been in much discussion.
And it goes without saying, whenever there's a beacon lit, we always respond. We're always quick to aid.
That is true, Father.
Just before coming here is actually when I was just in battle. I was dealing with some orcs and wargs that I had seen come just over the hill as I was going to visit the humans to take the caravan. So I assisted in the battle and then was told of Herodia's funeral. So I came to attend that and then meet you. At least if you were still around, of course.
Very good. And I am happy to hear that. I wish to apologize for my warm welcome, or perhaps lack of it. It wasn't supposed to be antagonistic. I was merely surprised. But from what I can hear, there is not really any conflict to be had. Perhaps a few past disagreements that are irrelevant to current matters. Whatever issues you might have with the general, I would humbly ask you to sort them out in the most civil and polite manner. Kindness goes a long way, and it can achieve much more than anger and vitriol.
Indeed it can. Being calm is one of the few things that I try to pride myself on doing.
Very good.
But it is lovely to hear. And I would agree. I don't believe I have any disagreements with Calvin anymore.
But I must ask you to be careful. These rings, even the one you crafted, they, of course, offer a great source of power. And power of such magnitude must be wielded with utmost caution.
As it always is.
Dang it. Is it restart time? Oh, the server may have gone down. Let's see. Let me check the server. Alright, looks like it just restarted. And it's gonna be back soon. Everything good on the back end. Hello, Banshee. Ah, interesting. Interesting. May you ask for a favor? Of course he may. Go for it. Alright, let me see. I might actually need to force the server restart. It's quite restarting. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate it. Right, we'll give it a bit longer. Oh, there we go. There it is. How dare you to be too kingly? Rings everywhere. Perma my character. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it will happen. Listen, we did have to press him at least a little bit. but I think he held up. And just so you guys know, I had no intention of having such important talks today. I was merely just thrown into this, and I'm trying my best to get to know everyone, to make my presence known a little. I didn't even want to do this, like I didn't want to rule or to be a king. I was just supposed to come here and to mess with M9 and Sin's character a bit. But since I'm already here, might as well, you know. But yeah, that is currently kind of my approach, I guess. The rings, I think it's very fair to be dubious and to be cautious when it comes to their position and crafting, because their relation to Sauron is there, no matter what anyone says. And but at the same time, you know, we're getting our butts kicked anyway, and since they're already crafted, might as well use them, right? Keep your enemies close. But then again, what happens if the one who wields the ring dies and gives it to Sauron? Perhaps the best way is to just get rid of them and find another way. Well, certainly something to discuss. How many rings exist outside of the pre-approved specials? You'll never know. Gonna have to find out in character. You're not getting ass whooping on night shift? Eve shift isn't pulling their weight? EU shifts fight 20 people with 3 gobos. It's unfortunately impossible to equalize the numbers and to make some of these fights fair. Of course, we can organize things, we can pre-arrange certain scenarios, but we don't want to script like every single outcome or every single battle. Yes, certain encounters are at least partially planned, but we don't plan the outcomes. We never even planned the outcome of the season. We didn't know like how many people would join each faction and, you know, where the strong PvPers would be. So we're essentially just trying to keep the conflict alive, you know, until the later parts of the season where it can be resolved. And remember guys, if the PvP part is not enjoyable to you, and if you find yourself to be overwhelmed, or if the numbers are too high, just stop playing your current character and hop on and out, or focus on different RP. No one is forcing you to participate in these fights, especially if they feel unfair or not fun. No, we don't have to limit Caravan USP fund. Maybe pick a different target to attack, maybe pick a different strategy to employ. Everyone has the right to attend these battles if they want to, but not everyone has to, you know. We saw the beacons being lit, but we didn't go because there will probably be enough people already. And if you want a more of a fair fight or a fair scenario, then go to the bridge fight. There you can only face, you know, as many people as you bring. And even in these organic exchanges, like I've noticed that humans will gladly give you, you know, a 1v1. 1v3 specials. Hello Abaddon. Do downs at bridge fight count towards the tree? Yes, all the downs count towards, your total. We didn't wanna specify like, these are events or these are PvP fights, these are PvE fights. Let's just count them all, to be the same, so that it's less confusing. Like, I don't know about you guys, but we played on a server that kind of liked to throw on us, like, hey, this wasn't a PvP event, this was a PvE event. So the fact that you were fighting against an admin with a god that was unkillable and had like stamina eating weapons, that's fine. It was your fault for not knowing that. We wanted to avoid that. The other issue is fighting near hubs. Holy hell, yeah. It is very convenient to fight near the places where people are, of course, but I totally understand how annoying and problematic that is, and we're trying to address that. Something is currently in the works that will, of course, hopefully alleviate it at least tiny bit. And I can promise that in the upcoming seasons, we will definitely focus on that very much so. Is the elves only advantage build like? No. Honestly, it's not that bad. Like, yes, the ping could be better, the FPS could be better, but I've been in much worse scenarios over the years. Let's see. Server updates. 42. It hasn't been 10 minutes and we have already 8 people on the server. Haven't looked at the Elven City, it's gonna be a hard siege. You and your sieges, Regent. I don't see a reason to siege a city that is completely open. You're sieging walls to get through them, or to almost make it impossible for the side that is inside the town to leave, to starve them out. You don't siege an open city. Wish I were better at PvP. Also, there are so many people who will gladly train you, who will patiently spar with you, myself included. You just let us know. We will show you all our tricks. The thing with play as a hobbit in a battle situation is I can't go in close combat with an orc for them. He's too big and can fuck me up. Or you can still combat the proximity issues, of smaller characters versus larger characters. There are ways to overcome that. It's of course not easy, but it's not impossible. At a point where stuff started to de-render and my sound disappeared. I thought I was high for a second. Oh no. Slash them ankles, indeed. You like the trebuchets, I know, Regent, you do. Kick them out of there. I should, Jess, I should, but I'm tired. I don't want. Alright, it has been 10 minutes now. Let us join. Been practicing with a bow. That has helped a lot for me and my hands. Oh, that's awesome. Bows are great and so very handy in these PvP battles. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the body of life is definitely important in every RP scenario on the server, especially the PvP ones. Oh.
Alright, Pax, let me see what I can do for you.
Okay.
That was a lovely man.
Okay, fix it. It's fine. Oh shit, it's fucked up again. I give up.
I know this.
Why are you giving up?
The cape
Hello, Mama
is too
Goat.
big for me.
I see.
Is everyone feeling alright?
Just a good father.
Good. An unexpected interruption, but I would just like to conclude my final thoughts on this matter. First of all, I am glad we had a chance to get to know each other. I am not here to cause any chaos or to perhaps make things even worse. I was hoping to do the opposite, but it was imperative for me to get to know where the source of this issue lies.
I have these ones.
And I am glad to hear that even though there are problems, they don't seem to be insurmountable. We are still elves. We share many values. And we are surrounded by darkness that can only be overcome if we pull our bows together, if we join our swords, and if we aim them at the same enemy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Truthfully, my sword and my men's sword will always be here to defend the capital, should it be under attack. As long as we are available, of course.
I am delighted to hear that, King Dreadhell. And I will attempt to show you the respect that you deserve. And I can promise you that if we find ourselves in battle, I would die by your side, regardless. I don't expect you to do the same.
It's such a fate will not come to you.
But, as a king, both of us, we are responsible for our people, for their safety, and we need to lead by example.
Indeed we do. We must hold ourselves to a higher standard, as one of your sons told me.
Indeed. Now, I was hoping that we could make a formal arrangement, a meeting of sort, a social occasion where all of the leaders could sit down and discuss on how to progress, how to combat this enemy. I would like to meet this mayor of hobbits, this council of the dwarves, and of course the queen of Rohan.
They are all lovely individuals to meet, I assure you. Though, you might have to contact the hobbits by letter. Currently they're in hiding that only other hobbits know where they are, so it's a bit hard to get a hold of them.
Very well. Eldarin, can I rely on you? Will you handle this matter?
Yes, of course, Father. I'll schedule some sort of get-together for everyone to be hosted here in Illinois.
Very good. I know the matter is not easy, and I will try my best to help. But I think it is something very important that needs to be handled. In order for
When
us...
would you like this done, Father?
Come again, please.
When would you like this done?
As soon as possible.
Very well.
But I do not wish to pressure the queen. From what I heard, she's in a rough shape. We might need to give her some time to recover.
Very well, perhaps a few days' time then.
Indeed, that will work. In the meantime, can we expect another attack of these orcs and goblins soon? Or have they been handled for now?
I do not know if it's a warband at the gates of the humans, but I believe they've been dealt with at least in that regard. Though usually one small attack follows with a large one.
That was yesterday.
Indeed.
Yes, and unfortunately, we have to stay on our toes at all given times.
From what I heard, they have been brazen enough to defile even this place of serenity and peace. They blew up my son's
few
home
times.
with him inside.
I do believe as well, my king, that we do need to
Thank
get
you so much for following.
a caravan set up for them, for it is a fair ride.
Yes, it does delay our efforts to aid here
Yes.
and other places when the beacons are lit.
This place is challenging to defend. It is not really made for such an occasion. I was wondering whether it would be a good idea to build a fort somewhere closer to where these orcs are coming from. Are we aware of the paths that they are taking in order to get here?
They mostly come from the south, though some of them do come through the northern patches, which is guarded mainly by the Mirkwoodians.
If I may, Your Majesty. At one point in time, to the benefit of themselves, the humans made an agreement after a skirmish they had with the orcs to allow them past their lines for a 24-hour period of time. I believe during that period of time, after the humans had lost to the orcs, they were allowed to travel freely, and at which point they set up a caravan here in the south, that they themselves now travel freely past the human line.
I definitely recommend building a small fortificated structure that would help us funnel some of these attacks over there. We cannot defend against them here. You seem to be well aware of their routes that they're taking, their strategies and tactics. Do you have any suggestions, all of you, where it would be a good spot for us to build a small fortification where we could perhaps defend against them?
I would suggest southwest of here, along the beach, for that seems the route that is more well traveled by them.
Indeed. They follow your cliff sides just off to the east of me now, and they usually track up that way. Or if they go from the west, they follow around where the old rivers used to be and the sand still lays. If truth, just down where the caravan is, there's a little archway that goes south. If you built a fortification just there or just outside of there, I think that would stop quite a bit of the foot traffic up here.
Very good.
It would also force them to come in from that side over there instead of over here.
Right now, this place is vulnerable to their attacks. We cannot afford that. We cannot afford any more losses, like the captain. We need to find a place where we could efficiently defend and deflect these attacks before they even get here. Is there anyone skilled enough in architecture who would like to volunteer for this task?
I am no architect. Though, I might be able to let one of my men come down here and assist in building one if so, if you do not have one yourself.
Even if you just oversee it. Remember, it doesn't have to be a glorified structure of extreme proportions. Keep it small, keep it humble. It will most likely get destroyed. But it needs to serve as our shield where these orc attacks will get crashed into. We need a high ground for our archers and a place for our allies to perhaps receive medical care.
Yes, your son in his wisdom suggested that we have archer towers placed in strategic locations to better hinder the movement of the orcs and the warband, as well as relocated our stables, your stables and your medical bay already.
I'm surprised that Dimwit came up with a decent suggestion, at least once in his life. Thank you.
Of course.
Question. Would a fortress be what you want, or just something to slow them down if you expect it to always be destroyed?
We can start with something small and eventually upgrade it to better suit our needs.
A few gatehouses, honestly, with all of the pathways that are up here, would probably serve you much better than just a fortress. There's only about, I think, 6 ways up, though all of them could easily have a strong wall or a wall with a gatehouse underneath to get through and in.
Very well. I'm not familiar with these lands as much I would like to be, so I will defer to your judgment.
Father, I'm more than capable of securing our lands here.
Your blown-up house suggests otherwise.
Father, it was 3 ring race.
It's true, sir.
3 of them at once.
This place wasn't meant to defend against ring raids, but a little fort, even if it's just a wall where archers could shoot from, a watch tower. I think those would be a bit more appropriate.
Yes, that's the idea, Father. I don't want to build massive walls around the area. It just would make it more difficult.
I'm not suggesting walling off the entire area. What I'm suggesting is... Excuse me.
Father, I understand. You're talking about just watchtowers.
Yes, a 4x4.
Yes, Father.
It doesn't even have to be everywhere. I just want the orcs to see, oh wow, an elven structure. I will go there instead of here, and I will fight them over there.
Yes, Father. Perhaps further on the outskirts of the territory, and perhaps a few watchtowers here, should they decide that they're feisty enough to come here again.
Indeed. Even if it doesn't work, I at least want to attempt to lead them as far away from this place of peace and serenity as possible. We cannot face them here.
If I may.
Please.
The orcs have proven to be a lot smarter than most people expected them to. They do send out scouting parties to make sure where the people are before they attack. So watchtowers are not going to help us unless they are manned at all times.
A good point indeed. What do you think would happen if they came here and we all went somewhere nearby into a fort where we could better mount our defenses? Would that be a possible compromise?
That depends if you are fast enough to get there before their warg riders run you over.
And if you're willing to sacrifice your main city, if you leave it, they will probably take it.
From what I heard, they already managed to take it a few times.
What, Aelinor? They have not taken Aelinor.
Your house, remember? It got blown up.
Yes,
It's you
Father,
inside
but
of
they
it.
didn't- Yes, of course, but they did not take all of Aelinor. We are still here right now.
I do believe that the real way to stop this threat would be to somehow eliminate their caravan in the south.
We might be able to work on that for you.
They would most likely just rebuild it.
It would slow them down for a little bit, though.
Indeed. Truthfully, that's what my people are doing. My keep is deep into the Orcish territory, nearly on the front line. We've been using it to essentially watch their movements as well as deal with their movements before they even get the chance to strike. Removing a caravan from them would stop them from getting outside of the skirts very easily. It is quite the long walk.
It is worth trying, but my fear is, if they were able to establish one caravan, they'll be able to do it again, easily.
They do have multiple caravans down south. But I do agree, getting rid of one can slow them down.
Because at the moment, the issue we are having is that, well, at the time of the next attack, our people are still recovering, so. Unless we move the city, but obviously that's not plausible.
It is, it's just a lot of work and effort.
No. This place must remain. It is the symbol of our people. And we will defend it if we must. However, I do think that we are far too easy of a target here. Our losses have already proved that.
What if we do something like what Marwyn did for the hobbits, for Oakbottom?
No.
To place a ward of safety here, so at the very least, the goblins and the orcs cannot come, giving them no choice but to find elsewhere to fight their battles, or at the very least keep the capital safe.
Well, if you manage to convince the wizard to be so gracious with his magic, to do that for us, then please by all means. But in the meantime, I would rather focus on what we can actually influence. What we can do with our own strengths. We have many skilled builders, many skilled archers, and those who know these lands. I think a simple fort nearby, where we could perhaps go and better defend against these hordes, would be a good start. But we don't have to do that now. Feel free to come up with different suggestions. I simply wanted to start a conversation, because from what I heard, this place is impossible to defend.
Truthfully, it kind of is. It's not impossible, but it's much more difficult when they just climb off the real cliffs and jump up them and everything else.
It's not like there's walls or anything to defend. Just anybody could just walk right in.
Indeed. What do you think, son?
There's many possibilities, all with their good sides and bad sides. I think for the time being, we work on just perhaps a couple of archer towers at the capital, very small, not very large. Just in case they do attack here, then at least have some archers that will be able to attack trolls or things of that nature. Eventually, perhaps another place where we can quickly get to that is secure might be the better option.
Mm-hmm.
Lot is pretty secure for the most part. It's just having to make sure that they don't follow.
We could potentially establish our own caravan.
Mm-hmm. The caravan that moves quickly to the fort's location.
Indeed. To the defensive position. They could alert us of the incoming hordes, and we could quickly move there. To defend.
Yes, it could be a good idea, Father. Something worth considering.
Again, I only just got here. I am not familiar with the tactics of our enemy. I am relying on you. You are the key to a successful defense, because you have knowledge, you have experience. I just want to make sure we don't have any more losses like the captain. We don't have any more houses blown up, like the one my son was in.
Yes, Father.
Alright. That's enough for today. We opened up many important topics. Let us put them to rest for now. We have many things to think about.
Indeed.
King Dread.
Who is this guy?
Oh, God, no. Aegon, for
it's
one.
not, listen, I'm
Do
not
yourself
messing.
a
It's not my
favor.
fault.
I know, I understand. Do yourself a favor. Stop my knees.
Can anyone remove this animal from our premises?
Hey, Aegon,
Your Grace,
you and
he
I
is one of
should go see something at your house, yes.
Did someone say my name?
I
I
just left
apologize.
from there. There's nothing there.
I think
There is totally something there. Let's go.
I'm not a child. I'm not.
Please.
Listen, I understand I'm ignorant, but I'm not stupid.
Aegon, please. Just for a
That's
moment.
A lovely woman wants to have a conversation with you and you are dealing here. That does not seem smart.
Lovely women want to have conversations with me every day. It's nothing new.
To go see what Bex is doing. I think I heard her walk off with someone.
It was me trying to speak.
Do you
I
have allergies? You need something.
I don't know if
currently.
Karanar had told you what I said to him to tell you, but the library is still open for you if you need information. It's open.
Thank you.
And who want to use their resources to fight back against the dark.
Of course. I'll make sure to require it if I need anything currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go check on
Sorry.
the hobbits.
I'm sorry for the display, Father. It's an unfortunate circumstance that we have to deal with.
This is the least of my worries, son. There will always be those who will find their lack of manners charming. You are not their father. You are not responsible for their idiocy. I am the king. Blame me for this. But we have far too little fighters capable of defending these lands. We cannot afford to reprimand these fools for their lack of
Do
manners.
now. I didn't earlier. Smell like
Perhaps in
burning skin.
time. For now, let us use their primal carnage nature
Is he
against our
grounded?
enemy. They might have their uses.
There's one person he listens to. It's me for some reason.
Hey, I guess now we know what his muzzle is.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Well, it has been a lovely meeting to finally get to see you. And hopefully things can continue to be quite charming conversations.
It was my honor.
It was mine. If you would excuse me, I'm sure that I have a few other things to attend to.
Safe travels.
Do you as well when you do. And Valor.
Be safe.
Well, swiftly and safely, both of you.
Arina.
Well, well, well.
What are your thoughts, Father?
I expected much worse. If this is the main source of our disagreements, if this is the obstacle to overcome, then perhaps I have hope for our kind to do well in the future. You have done well, son. As I said before, this was an uneasy task to lead this expedition. But both you and your brother have done well.
Thank you, Father. That means a lot.
I am sorry I only got here this late. But right now, I will try my best to serve as an advisor. I am not here to claim the rulership of this place from you two. I would like to remind everyone that they are the ones in charge. I am simply here as a proud father, seeing his two beloved sons in action and helping them with whatever they might need. I do not wish to stick my pointy nose too far into their business, but perhaps influenced by the extremely sad circumstances of the passing of the captain and of the fact that one of my sons was almost killed not that long ago, I felt the need to at least start the conversation about some of the important matters that need to be discussed.
We should be glad for your assistance. Thank you, my lord.
I thank
and
you.
I do believe you will both get the bigger picture when you meet with all the other races as well.
I do hope so.
The other younger races may have complicated issues.
Well, we all do. No one is perfect. But time and patience can remedy many conflicts. Let us hope we have enough. I am tired. My journey was long, and I do not wish to take up any more of your time. I thank you for your attention and for your participation in this discussion. I do hope that we can have more of similar meetings in the future, out in the open, where everyone can participate, where everyone can hear. Because all of you have unique perspectives and wisdom to share. I may be a king, my sons might be in charge, but this is your place, your home, that you are defending. We're all in this together. Please never forget that.
Defend it we shall.
Well said, Father.
I would like to retire to my quarters for now. Is there any place where I could crash?
Yes, of course, Father. I'll show you to Aaron's house.
I saw 2 benches outside of your brother's home. Are those designated for me?
Father, you will not sleep on a bench. No. I will open the door and you can sleep in his guest room downstairs.
How generous.
Rest well, my lord.
Rest well.
You stay safe.
There you are, Father.
Thank you, Eldarin.
Of course. Have a good rest, Father.
I will see you tomorrow.
Good night, Father.
Good night. Where is this guest room? Hello, Autumns. Is there a Discord to get into the server? There certainly is. NH. There you go. Feel free to join us. This is pretty. But where is the bed? I gotta say, that was awesome. I did very much enjoy being involved in the elven business like that. I could only see this. Oh, well, never mind. I guess our guest room is down there. I could only see the elven characters, you know, from the outside, as one of the dwarves, as the human, as of course one of the other admin characters. But yeah, it's awesome. It's so freaking immersive, like having a chance to talk to all of these characters. They of course have their own, you know, unique individual stories, but they all seemed rather open to the idea, you know, of all of us being on the same side. And I'm glad to see that. Because that is what you want from a faction season, you know. Yes, there will always be conflicts, there will always be disagreements, but in the end, we do have a common enemy to fight against. Thanks, the RP seems pretty serious, which is nice. Is it usual like that? Oh yeah, totally. We tried our best to keep this season as immersive as possible. And even though there are moments of joking and jovial manners, you know, you can be serious all the freaking time. Otherwise things just get exhausting and depressing. But yes, we try to keep certain things as immersive as possible. And it is indeed Lord of the Rings inspired. Have a look around on Discord, and if you like what you see, definitely come join us. We are essentially in the middle of the season, but we try to keep things transparent so that newcomers can immediately join and participate. Alright guys, I am exhausted. I guess I'll be sleeping here in this chair. In a very uncomfortable chair. Alright, this works. So unking-like, I know. But hey, I don't think M9 actually expected us to crash in his spot like that. Alright. Let's go see if we could raid someone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am exhausted. Let's see, let's see. You have Mr. Taylor. He's streaming his Hobbit. He's currently talking to the wizard. Let's go see what he's up to. Alright guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a lovely rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed some sparring at the beginning of this stream. And then of course, this crazy senile king. We'll play him some more in the upcoming days. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye.